Alrighty. Oh, crud. I just realized the tab's not working. Give me a second. Hang on. There you go. Alright. What's up, guys? Happy Saturday. Happy weekend. Happy... Okay, there's no holidays going on right now, but what's good? So, yeah. Keeping up with my word from yesterday, more or less. I know I said it like noon or 1 o'clock, so I am a little late. I apologize for that. I just wasn't in the mood, guys, to be honest. But anyways... And also, I'm relatively busy. Once stream is done, from what I've been told, I'm expecting some guests at around 5 o'clock for personal reasons. So yeah, if I'm not done by 5 o'clock, I'm gonna have to cut the stream anyways. But the plan is for today, read another chapter, and I don't know, guys. Just given the reception yesterday, how's the EA so far? Well, the whole VOD is there, Tails. If you want to take a look at it, I haven't touched the game ever since, more or less. So far, I'm enjoying it, but to be fair, I'm only, what, 2 hours into the game? I barely got, like, past the first promotion battle. Nothing too crazy so far, like, to be honest. Like, I've barely scratched the surface of the game, to say the least. But so far, I'm enjoying it. I think I can... I don't know what it is, but so far with the characters, I think I'm gonna enjoy them. We'll see. Yes, Mr. Chloe, I'm very well aware. Everyone has told me, and... So far, I'm really underwhelmed with the premise, to say the least, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, but If these writers are any indication, if these patterns are any indication, it's probably going to be just as run-of-the-mill as the first Loud House movie, and really the series as a whole as of late. But anyways, only time will tell. What are we, in October? Okay, is it dropping this year or the next? That I am curious about. But alright. Also, Mr. Chloe, good to see you again. It's been a while. And honestly, I gotta give you my thanks, dude, because if it weren't for you, I would not be caught up with Season 9 of The Loud House, because... well... let me put it this way, considering my work schedule, I do not get a chance to watch it on cable, to say the least. Most if not all of it has aired in Mexico, but if it weren't for you, I would not have been able to get a chance to watch most of it. So thank you for that. Just thank you for your piracy, I guess. Thank you for posting the episodes on Twitter. But anyways, here we are, guys. It's Saturday. Here to read another chapter of Companionship, just like I promised last week. Well, I didn't really promise it. It's more or less what we agreed to. And I would like to believe that that the music is not too loud. I don't know. Let me know, guys. Just because I've looked into the VODs as of late, and yeah, either I'm speaking too loudly into the mic, or the music is too loud. There's always some sort of technical issue that's a little too uncomfortable for me. But alright, guys. The plan for today is reading one chapter. We'll read the other one tomorrow, or maybe I can read both today. I don't know. It's very unlikely, but we'll see. But the plan is one chapter, and then I don't know if I want to get back into Legend ZA on stream, just because, as far as my audience is concerned, the reception for it was a little minimal, to say the least. Like, I don't know, I get it, I started stream at like 6:30 p.m., but you know what? That's how it goes with a job. That's how it goes with my job. I get home at 6, I start stream at 6:30, and like, honestly, I was exhausted. I went without dinner until like 8 o'clock, like, I don't know. It was a compromise, and I was hoping it'd be worth it, but it wasn't. But still, I can live with that more or less. But I don't know. Once this chapter is done, I think I either want to watch another Toonshi video or get into more Legends ZA. I don't know. What do you guys think? I want to hear you guys' opinions. Also, there's 6 of you in here. Do me a favor. Hit that like button on the stream. Pretty please and thank you. It's the best way to support the stream as of right now, and that's really all I can say about it. But to be honest, guys, I want to keep talking a little more before we get into it, just so that people can start coming in and whatnot. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It was 8 o'clock, so I had to go to sleep. I works in the mornings. Yeah, most of us do, Tails. Yeah. Sometimes I gotta remind myself that not all of my audience lives on the west coast of the United States or the west coast of North America, more or less. For some of you, when I started stream, it was 9:30 p.m. For some of you, it's already the next day. For some of you, who freaking knows? All I know is it's really part of the reason why I am so content just streaming strictly on weekends at around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, or whatever, just because on the East Coast, it's 5 p.m. Over here, it's 2 p.m. People are getting off of work, or they don't work at all, especially at least in my case. Like, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Like, I don't know. As of late, I've really been enjoying the idea of just streaming on weekends strictly, just because on the weekdays, I don't get home until 5 o'clock, and even if I wanted to stream around those times, I am way too freaking worn out. I don't... like, something about just streaming into the night, like, I don't know, those days are more or less over for me. And also, I gotta go to bed early because I have to wake up at 5 a.m. every day for work, because I start work at 7, I get off at 5. Like, honestly, I'm glad I don't have to work a typical 9 to 5 schedule, but at the same time, 10 hours for 5 days, it's exhausting. But it pays off because I get all of Saturday off, I get all of Sunday off, and I still get paid. And I can always work overtime if I'm desperate for money, which, as of right now, I'm not. Just finished the game last night. I managed to avoid most of the spoilers. Yeah, Ferox, that's the plan. Guys, do not spoil any semblance of a new Mega Evolution for me. Any Mega Evolution that hasn't been publicly announced, keep your mouth shut. That's really all I can concern myself with. The main story, I can more or less take it or leave it, but as far as the new Mega Evolutions are concerned, please, keep your freaking mouth shut. I've already been spoiling like 1 or 2 because people just can't help themselves putting this shit in thumbnails. And I am so sick of it. I would call certain people out, but what are the odds they're ever gonna listen here? But here we are, guys. You know what? There's 8 of you in chat. We're like, what, 10 minutes into the stream? I think now's as good a time as any to get into reading the next chapter. And for those of you that make it late, well, there's always the VOD, to say the least. But here we are, guys. the penultimate chapter of Companion. You know what? No, okay, let me preface this by saying, once we're done here, I got a couple of options, but what do you guys want to see first? Y'all want me to read It's Not Your Fault, like I said at the beginning of reading this? Or y'all want me to react to more Toonchi videos and whatnot? Because I am a little curious, and honestly, I'm cool either way, to be honest. I got beyond spoiled from existing on the internet. Yeah, I have just been straight up avoiding YouTube's homepage like the frickin' plague. Like, people, like, how hard of a concept to, at the very least, blur them, put a mosaic blur on them, censor them, put them in silhouettes? How hard of a concept, what makes all these content creators think that people want to see this shit in thumbnails? Honestly. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous how tactless all these randos on the internet are. And I would call out a couple big name creators, like, say, at least 200k subs, but you know what? My voice, what are the odds my voice is going to be heard in that regard? More cartoonchi, please? You know what? I'm down. But anyways, guys, as far as today is concerned, we read one chapter, and I don't know, guys. Y'all want me to... Are y'all down to watch more, watch me play more Legends ZA? Because otherwise, I don't know. If the viewer reception is a little too low for my liking, I'm just gonna play it off screen. That's really all there is to it. Okay, you know what? But to be fair, I am gonna play for a little bit longer because I do want to make a bit of a highlight reel for the first couple hours of the game. But after that, I don't know. Depending on viewer reception, I think I'm just gonna play it off screen. If push comes to shove, but we'll see. But alright, here we are with Chapter 10 of Companionship. Last we heard, Stella has decided that she wants to ask out Lincoln. And right when the moment comes, she stops by the Loud House. Turns out Ronnie Ann is visiting. And apparently she's staying the whole weekend, and apparently Lori is scheming for them to get together. So, interesting drama to say the least. For those of you curious about the rest of the chapters, everything that happened beforehand, you can either go back to the VODs or read the chapters for yourself, because I'm not about to repeat myself, and I'm really not that good at summarizing. At least, improvising a summary, more or less. But anyways, hello Swampsuit, welcome to the stream. But alright guys, we're gonna read one chapter, play a little bit of Legends ZA, and hopefully be done before 5 o'clock, because from what I've been told, like I said, I'm expecting some guests at around that time for personal reasons. So, I'm gonna have to end the stream there, and we'll see. But alright. It was finally time. The day in which a decision would be made. Who would Lincoln Loud date? His old friend Ronnie Ann, or his new friend Stella? It was decided that everyone would meet up at Dairyland, so the Loud parents would be driving their kids. Maria would be driving her son, her daughter's friend, and her niece. Clyde would be driven there by his dad's, and Stella would be dropped off by her parents as well. Come to think of it, have we ever canonically met Stella's dad? Do we even know what he looks like? I don't think we do. We've seen her mom, just in one appearance, but she's mentioned her dad, but I don't believe we've ever seen him on camera. Huh. Interesting. Anyways. Alright, kiddos. Remember, we'll be picking you up at sunset, Len Sr. said. The one driving Vanzilla. Have fun, but please behave. Don't cause too much commotion. People start to talk, and I swear, a lot of other parents are keep giving me the stink eye. Don't pay them any mind, Pops. They're just a bunch of haters, Lin Jr. said. Be that as it may, Rita interjected. Keep in mind you're also with friends. You don't want to cause trouble for them. To be fair, it's Bobby's family and Clyde. They're pretty much used to us, Lin Jr. said. Don't forget Stella. She's gonna be there too, Lola added. Oh, inviting Stella, huh? Sure Ronnie Ann won't get jealous, kiddo? Lin Sr. asked, much to Lincoln's annoyance. Dad, they're just friends. They're not gonna get jealous of each other, Lincoln insisted. I mean, are you sure about that, my boy? All I'm saying is maybe there's a reason that they've canonically never met. Maybe there's a reason you've never so much as mentioned her to Ronnie Ann and vice versa, with no implication. Like, seriously, imagine how crazy it'd be to open the floodgates and make Ronnie Ann meet Stella, and then it turns out they're jealous of each other. Like, I don't know, man. That just makes for a pretty damn good episode. But anyways. But to be honest, if the writers had that kind of capability, let alone self-awareness, well, we wouldn't be where we are right now with this franchise. Anyways. Well, you know how girls can be, son, Lynn Sr. absent-mindedly said, before remembering that his wife and 10 daughters were also in the car and were clearly not happy with the patriarch's choice of words. Gee, honey, how can girls be? Rita asked, glaring at her now nervous husband. Just the greatest thing a man can have in his life, Lynn Sr. said, hoping to remove some of the tension. While the girls knew he was just trying to avoid their wrath, they decided to not press it any further. That's cute. Lincoln, don't worry about what your father says. Rita told her son. Just have fun. I'm sure it's what Stella and Ronnie Ann would want to do. Just make sure you spend a lot of time with Ronnie Ann, Lori said. She hasn't seen you in a while, and I'm sure she really misses your company. But don't neglect Stella, Lynn Jr. added. You don't want her to feel second best to a girl you barely see. Well, Lincoln and Ronnie Ann were friends first, so it makes sense if you want to spend more time with her, Lori added. But Lincoln and Stella are friends now, so she deserves just as much, Lynn Jr. replied. So if you have a friend you haven't seen in a friend in a while, you would just ignore them for a friend you see every day? Lori said. Would you treat a friend you see all the time like second fiddle to a friend you can't be around as often? Lynn Jr. asked. Girls, enough. Lincoln can make time for both girls, and I'm certain it won't be difficult for him. Especially since he always manages with 10 sisters. I mean, why not just hang out with both of them? Maybe Ronnie Ann and Stella can be friends, Lynn Sr. asked. Well, yeah, that would be nice, actually, Lincoln said. That's the spirit, kiddo. Plus, having 2 girls' phone numbers can really boost your cool factor with the ladies, Lynn Sr. said, shifting his eyebrows. Dad, Lincoln said, getting frustrated. Sorry, kiddo, I couldn't help it. My son's turning into the same stud I was at a young age. I'm so proud of him. Rita facepalmed at her husband's boastfulness, hoping it won't fully rub off on her little man. Thankfully, the family had arrived to drop off the kids, seeing that the Santiagos were also at the park, Maria just having dropped them off. Oh, here come the Louds, Maria said, then turned to her kids. Now all of you behave. Call me if there's any trouble. We'll be fine, Thea, Carlota insisted. Why don't you go treat yourself? Maybe relax for the day. Actually, Mrs. Loud and I are going to a spa, and she says it can make your stress and anxiety disappear like magic. I guess that explains why she can handle 11 kids, Maria said. I still can't believe Lincoln has that many sisters. I can barely handle one. Dude's a legend, Sid said. This show might be allergic to good episodes idea nowadays. Yep, it's been that way for like, what, 3 seasons? 4 seasons? Wait, we're in season 9 now. I keep forgetting, we're not in season 8 anymore. We are well into season 9. Yeah, 4 seasons, 3 seasons. Well, his sisters aren't so bad once you get to know them, Bobby said. Although to be fair, most of them don't really talk to me, except Lenny, but that gets Lori jealous. Oh, she's so cute when she's jealous, though. Bobby chuckled. Very healthy dynamic you have there, Ronnie Ann said, just pitifully staring at Bobby. The Loud family and Rita made their way over, just as Lynn Sr. was saying his goodbyes, beginning to drive off. Hi, Boo-Boo Bear, Lori said, greeting her boyfriend with a hug. How was your room? Could have been better. The bed was too stiff, the water was too cold, and I swear, I saw a family of roaches. Hi, Erica. What's up? I mean, is it really that surprising? I said I would do this last weekend. I said I'd be doing this weekend, Erica. Just because I took a bit of a detour with Legend ZA, it doesn't mean I stopped doing this. I gotta finish what I started, more or less. Anyways. I slept just fine, Ronnie Ann said, even with Sid kicking me in her sleep. Sorry, I just kept having nightmares about that rat from yesterday, Sid said. Aw, it's not like Bitey was gonna hurt you, Lana said. Sometimes he's just too friendly. We can be friends, just between 2 sides of a cage, Sid said, but it's fine. Thanks to my new best friend Lincoln, or should I call you Ace? Ace? Lynn asked. Like Ace Savvy? You made her call you Ace? No, I suggested it and she went with the idea, Lincoln said. Sid wrapped her arm around Lincoln's neck. Your brother's a cool guy. Real take-charge attitude and really confident. It helps that he's the only boy in a family of sisters. It's nothing, really. It just takes a lot of patience and understanding. Besides, my sisters can be cool when you get to know them. Yeah, we are, Lynn said, casually removing Sid's arm from around Lincoln's neck. We're the best sisters a guy can ask for. Yeah, too many episodes plots are just the same. Liar reveal plots, character avoiding... Yeah. I mean, I would talk about it a little more if I want to, but to be honest, if you watch all my VODs, I'm basically beating a dead horse. But anyways. Sid found that strange. That's actually the second time she prevented contact between the two. Sid's guess is that Lynn is just being overprotective of her younger brother. While an admirable trait, it's going to cause some trouble later on. Oh gosh, there's an ant on my wall. Hold on, guys. And it's dead. Remind me to go wash my hands, guys. To be honest, I know it's just one little ant. I know it only took one finger, but remind me to go wash my hands soon enough. I'm not too crazy of a germaphobe, but at the same time, I did just kill an insect. Alright, we just need to wait for Clyde, and we can all go in, Lori said. And Stella, Luna reminded. We can't forget her. Oh, right. Stella, Lori said. Well, let's hope she doesn't take too long. She'll be here any moment. She just texted me, Lincoln said. Oh, so you have her phone number? Lori asked. Yeah. I have all my friends' phone numbers. Are you being weird again? Lincoln said. Hey, who are you calling? Lori stopped her tirade when she remembered that her mother was nearby. Not to mention all her sisters and her boyfriend and his family. I mean, no, of course not, silly little bro. Wash your hands. Okay, Pixel. Dang it, you're right. Okay, you're kind of scolding me a little, but you're right. I should go wash my hands. I'll be right back, guys. Oops, wrong layout. Someone tell Sid that Ace Savvy is now retconned? I wish. I wish that wasn't the case, Nitro. I really wish that wasn't the case. But alright, guys, I'll be right back. Funnily enough, Erica, there are no mods. It's just me. As of right now, it's just me. So, yeah, you could probably get away with it if you tried. Anyways, where's the background image from? That is from Fire Emblem Heroes, the Halloween maps in Fire Emblem Heroes. But alright, where was I? Yes, I did wash my hands thoroughly, by the way. And yes, I use soap. Yeah, I don't cheapen out when it comes to hygiene, guys. I'll tell you that much. Unlike some other streamers who are way more popular than me. Base boosted Moo Meadows. That's not a thing, is it? Hold on. Oh god, if I see legend spoilers in my homepage, I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream. Please tell me that's not really a thing. Oh gosh, it's really a thing. Okay, you know what? Let me minimize the volume just to be safe. Because I am wearing earbuds. Well then. I guess the internet just never ceases to surprise me. For better or worse. Alright, back to it. This garnered a few strange looks for the girl, though luckily for her, they didn't last long as another car pulled up. with Clyde stepping out. Thanks, Dad. I'll call you when I'm done here. We'll be waiting. Have fun. And try to avoid rides that aggravate your nausea. Don't want to have an upset stomach before bedtime again, Harold reminded. I'll be careful. Bye, Clyde said, waving at his fathers as they drove off. Hey, Clyde. Hey, Link. Hey, Loud Sisters. Hello, Lori. Looking lovely as always. Lori playfully rolled her eyes. Save your charm for the girls in your grade, Clyde. Yeah, girls like Chloe. Good study music? What? The Moo. What? I hear this every time I play Mario Kart Wii. Yeah, Moo Meadows is kind of goated. And it's not just because of the memes. It's actually really catchy. It's just not very... I would put it on my playlist, but it's not very ideal for reading and for basically reading. Exactly what the title of the playlist is called. It's just not very ideal. Like when it comes to Mario Kart music, most of it is really high energy, and it makes sense. It's a racing game. So yeah, there's a reason there's no Mario Kart music in this playlist. You're probably never going to hear it in the background of these streams. I'll tell you that much. But anyways, back to it. Hey, McBride, Ronnie Ann greeted. Hey, R.A., it's been a while, Clyde said, then turned to her older brother, Bobby. Yo, Clydesdale, how you been? Bobby said, oblivious to Clyde's displeasure of seeing him. Just fine. Do I know those girls? The Irish dance version is better for that? There's an Irish dance version? Okay, I don't want to interrupt the reading again, Erica, but I want to look into it soon enough. Oh, no, you haven't met them, Bobby said. This is my cousin Carlota. He then gestured to the young girl, and that's Ronnie Ann's bestie, Sid. Okay, in canon, Clyde has actually... Okay, I don't know how many of you have actually watched La Casa Grandes, and I don't expect it to be a lot of you, but Clyde has canonically met Sid. So, yeah, you could probably write this out. Anyways. Nice to meet you, girls. Same here. So, Lincoln's bestie, huh? Guess we're part of the best friends team. How long have you known him? 6 years. What about you and her? Oh, a few weeks, but I'd say we click pretty well. Like 2 peas in a pie, Sid said, wrapping her arm around her friend. Don't you mean pod? Huh, that does make more sense, Sid said. Okay, that's a cute moment. Well, Clyde's here. Now we just need to wait for our good friend Stella. Yo, Stinkin'! Got an ETA for her? Lincoln rolled his eyes at the nickname. It didn't help that Ronnie Ann and Sid were chuckling a bit. She said she's just on her way. She didn't give me an estimate. Well, text her and tell her to hurry up if she's gonna be here. I don't think any of us are gonna wait long for her, Lori said. I don't mind waiting, Luann said. Same here, Luna said. And I'm not going until she's here. Which she's going to, Lincoln said. You can wait 5 minutes. No different than waiting in line for the bathroom every morning. At least no one has a full bladder. Oh, dang. Forgot about the bathroom thing, Sid said. And with so many sisters, I bet it takes forever. Especially the older girls with their makeup and blow drying and shampooing. It must really stink. Hey, nothing wrong with a girl wanting to look nice, Carlota said. Just wait. Soon it's gonna happen with you. Ew, no way. Me and R.A. are gonna skip that nonsense. We got enough natural good looks to not spend 3 months in a bathroom every day, Sid said, somewhat offending the Loud sisters. She then turned to her friend. Ain't that right, BFF? Huh? Yeah, sure, Ronnie Ann said. See? Me and R.A. see eye to eye, like real besties. Just like me and Lincoln. Hey, you two got a friendship name? Clyde asked. A what? A friendship name? Sid wondered. Yeah, your names combined. For example, me and Lincoln are Clinkin McCloud. Okay, when's the last time they used that, now that I think about it? When's the last time Lincoln and Clyde referred to themselves as Clinkin McCloud? Now that I think about it. Okay, no, they used it once in early Season 8, but before that? Yeah, not often enough, I'll say that much. Just the one, Nitro. There's also the other one in... They built another one, but if you've seen the episode, I think it's called Pipe Dreams. It's basically out of commission, more or less. Yeah, even with just 2, for a family of 13, that is just way too much. And one of them is all the way in the parents' bedroom. All the way to the living room, like... What a mess, man. Like, seriously, I get it, but at the same time, yikes. Just listen to the Irish moo-moo. Okay, now you... Okay, Swampsuit, now you make me want to hear it, man. Hold on. There is no way. Okay, it's really a thing. Hold on, hang on. but it's 113 BPM for Irish dancing? Hold up. Hey, hold on. This might be fire. Hang on. Okay. Okay, the slow tempo is gonna take some getting used to, but okay. Hang on. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It feels more like it's meant for square dancing than it is for Irish dancing. Is it just me? But then again, I'm not really an expert on either, but still. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna lie, guys. I kind of want to. Yeah, I will. Yeah, okay, that's gas. That's gas. Okay, I know it's a really simple edit, but that's gas. All right. Doesn't Lincoln use a doghouse or something? This is something Lynn Sr. would jam to? Dead ass. Dead ass, Pixel. Doesn't Lincoln use a doghouse or something? For what? For using the bathroom? I don't think so, but don't quote me on that, Erica. Anyways. Alright, where did I leave off? Right, Clinky McLeod. Wow, that sounds so cool, Sid said. What should we call ourselves? Sydney Ang Chang Tiago? We'll workshop it, Ronnie Ann said. Lori checked her watch. What's taking Stella so long? If she doesn't hurry, we're going in without her. Hey, relax, we got time, Bobby said. We can wait a few minutes. We don't have to. There she is, Lincoln said. Gesturing to the girl who harbors a secret crush on him. And vice versa, realistically speaking. Not too far off, Stella was seen stepping out of a car. Remember to call me when you and your friends are ready to come home, Stella's mother said. I will, and be careful on the rides. I heard they can be very intense, Stella's mother said. I'll be fine. Lincoln's been here before. I'll just follow his suggestions, Stella said. Before her mother attempted to pull away, she gave her daughter one last look. So, you and Lincoln, are you really just friends? Mom! Alright, sorry dear. My mother just wonders sometimes, she said, pulling away. Take care. Have fun. Bye, Mom. Stella said, rolling her eyes a bit before walking towards the friend group. Hey guys, I'm not late, am I? Come to think of it, has Stella ever canonically been to Dairyland? Okay, I'm telling you, a story like this could easily be canon with a few tweaks, but you know what? I'm done with my wishful thinking. Anyways, no, you're good, Bobby said. We just got here, actually. Ready to have fun? Sure, Stella said, stopping near Lincoln. I'm always happy to be with friends. And we're happy to have you, dude, Luna said, approaching her young friend and placing her arm around her shoulder. Ready to rock this park? And open your heart, she leaned in to whisper. Stella blushed upon hearing her words. Thankfully, no one else could hear. Yeah, I am. Great. Let's march to our glory, Luna said, leading her friend into the park and Lincoln following after them with everyone else, leaving only Lori and Carlota in the back. All right, Mom, we're going in. We'll see you later, Thea. Have fun, Carlota said. We will. And please keep an eye out for your brother and your sisters, Lori. Carlota, help Lori and make sure Ronnie Ann and Bobby stay out of trouble, Maria said. Keep an eye out for Clyde and Stella as well, Rita added. But enjoy yourselves. We'll be here when the park closes. Or you can call us if you're done early. We will, Mom, Lori said, waving goodbye. Lori turned to Carlota. Ready to do this? Totally. We get your brother and my prima to spend as much as time possible today, before sending him on the tunnel of love, Carlota said. Right. And try to keep Stella away long enough for that to happen, Lori said. Right. And you said she has her own little weakness, right? Insecurities. A girl's greatest flaw, Lori said. At her age, they're at an all-time high. Besides, something tells me that nice girl act is just an act. She's got some hidden dark side to her. I just know it. Well, let's put it into motion, Carlota said. Once inside the park, everyone started awing at the rides. Most of them, at least. Already trying to figure out which one to go on first. Ooh, let's go on the World Gig, Lana said. Ew, no. Last time you puked everywhere, Lola said. Duh. That's half the fun, Lana pointed out. We can try the toilet bowl ride, Clyde said. It looks kinda gnarly, dude. Let's do it, Luna said. Come on, guys. Ronnie and Santiago's are our guests. We should consider their ideas as well. Hey, I'm cool either way, Ronnie said. Honestly, I'll try everything. That's my girl. Leave no ride unridden, Sid said. No ride unridden indeed. Well, what do you have in mind, R.A.? How about that ride? Gesturing to the bull ride. That looks fun. Stella turned her attention to the ride and saw a boy she recognized from school getting flung off, painfully landing far from the machine. I watched the TLH short that is about the Loud family's pets from the official YouTube, and those 5 minutes might be more screen time than they got throughout the whole series, unfortunately. They've had the pets have had two, in the span of 9 seasons, they've only had 2 episodes? And the last instance was season 3, season 4? I'm telling you, man. You know what this reminds me of? Y'all remember that one okay, for my Mexican homies out there watching, y'all remember that one movie with Eugenio Derbez where I forgot what it was called in English. Instructions not included. Basically, some girl he hooked up with leaves his daughter at his doorstep while she goes off to do her own thing. And then they sneak off into the US. Apparently, he has talent as a stuntman. He raises the daughter, but then it turns out her mother wants to sue him for custody all these years later. That's what this show reminds me of. You present all these ideas, you let us get attached to the characters and whatnot, and then later, you pretend it's yours and you want nothing, and you... I don't know how... Okay, that metaphor was completely boss, but you know what I mean. They let us get attached to the characters, they give us all these good ideas, and then they just mind their own business with all this crap that makes no sense, nobody asked for, and... God, this show is just... It's just a constant disappointment, man. The hidden dark side of Lori is referring to the time skip continuation of the fanfiction? What do you mean, Pixel? What dark side? Where? Are you talking about this? Because if you're talking about this, it makes sense, but... Anyways. Oof. Flat Tire's gonna feel that one later. Who the heck is Flat Tire? Anyways, Lincoln said. Can I make a suggestion? Stella asked. No, Lori bluntly said. Babe, it was kind of harsh. Even Bobby looked taken aback. Fine. What? Maybe we can stop by the petting zoo? Stella suggested. Stella? Lana said. I like how you think, but that's more of a wind-down activity. If you want to find a less intense ride, that's fine. I can take you to one, dude, Luna said. I mean, it's not like we all gotta be together. That's a great idea, Loons, Lori said. We'll split into 2 groups. Me, the Santiagos, and Lincoln can make one group. You can take the rest of us, and Clyde and Stella. What? I'm not agreeing to that, Luna said. Fine. Take Lily too. I'll take Lily too, Lori said. That's not what I meant, Luna said. Since Stella is Lincoln's friend, shouldn't she be with him? So, Ronnie Ann is also Lincoln's friend. Besides, that's why Clyde is there too. Unless Stella wants to try out the rides that Ronnie Ann picks out. Luna turned to Stella, leading into a whisper. You cool with that? We can find another way to make this work. It's okay. I'll go with it, Stella replied. I'll try Ronnie Ann's rides. Great. But if you feel overwhelmed, then maybe you can go somewhere else, Lori said. Or you can go home, too. Stella felt uneasy. She could swear that Lori was out to get her or something. I'll be fine. I mean, it's all in good fun, isn't it? Sure. Whatever you say, Lori said. Stella followed the group towards the mechanical bull ride, still feeling a sense of uncertainty around Lori. Luann placed her hand on the shoulder of the young girl, hoping to put her at ease. It's just a normal ride. I think you can handle it. And if you can't, just tell the guy you want to stop. No shame in that. I hope not, Stella said, still feeling a sense of dread. Once there, the ride had just opened up as another kid was flung from the machine, freaking Stella out a bit more. Is that ride even safe? Stella asked. It's fine. Been on it a bunch of times, Lana reassured. The worst you can get is a scraped knee. Yeah, it's nothing. Here, I'll show you, Lynn said, getting on the bull. Alright, full power mode, baby! The ride began, and Lynn had a great start, maintaining her balance as the machine attempted to fling her off. Of course, Lynn was enjoying every moment of it, embracing the whole ride and challenge. Wow, she is good, Stella said. Of course, Lynn's pretty talented when it comes to Anything athletic, Clyde said. Sid seemed to enjoy the show. Looks like you're gonna have competition, eh, Ronnie Ann? Upon getting no answer, she turned to her. Ronnie Ann? She noticed that Ronnie Ann was somewhat glaring at Stella, not making it obvious, more of a side-eye. Yo, Ronnie Ann! That seemed to spook her. Huh? Oh, sorry, Sid. I guess my mind was elsewhere. You alright? You look kinda mad, Sid said. Huh? I'm not mad. Then why did you look so annoyed? I'm not talking your usual annoyed look. You were just glaring at Stella. What'd she do to you? Sid asked. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Sid knew it wasn't nothing, but she also knew that Ronnie Ann could be stubborn, so instead of pressing the issue, she decided to ask again later, when it looked like Ronnie Ann would be more willing to talk. Lynn finished her ride, falling off after a little over 2 minutes. Dang it. Kinda hoping I would stay on longer. You wanna try, tough girl? She turned her attention to Ronnie Ann. It was your idea, after all. Yeah, why not? I got no problem. Approaching the ride and stepping on, give me your best shot, Ronnie Ann said. As requested, the ride came to a quick start, the mechanical cow attempting to toss R.A. off its back. But the tomboy wasn't going to give up that easily. She held on tightly, not giving in one bit. Go, Ronnie Ann, Sid cheered. You got this, girl. Wow, she's amazing, Lincoln commented. Isn't she? Lori asked. It's quite the girl, I would say. Luna narrowed her eyes at the older sister, then she turned to Stella. Maybe it's not as hard as everyone's making it look. I'm sure the other kids that got thrown off were just trying too hard to look cool or something. You got this. Right. Sure, Stella said, still unsure about the situation. I'll do my best. Within a few seconds, Ronnie Ann was tossed from the bowl, but still did very well, lasting close to a minute. All right, Stells, ready to make your mark? Lynn said. Show this thing what you're made of. Okay. Yo, crank this thing to a max, Lynn said. Stella said, climbing onto the mechanical cow, and freaking out upon hearing Lynn's suggestion. Maybe not all the way to the Her plea was halted when the machine started moving around like crazy, the poor girl screaming in terror. Whoa, look at her go. She's screaming in excitement. She's not excited, Luann asked. Hey, turn that thing down before she... Stella had been flung from the cow to the corner of the booth. Stella! Luna, Luann, and Lincoln shouted in worry, the three running to check on their friend. Whoa, she flew pretty far, Lynn complimented. Lincoln helped up Stella. Are you okay? You're not hurt, are you? I'm okay. It's nothing, rubbing her arm in pain. Maybe I can shake it off. Make sure you're not bruised or anything, Luann said. That ride's pretty intense. I wouldn't dare re-go on it. Sorry, it just came to me. Don't be. It was clever, Stella said. Yo, Stells, Lynn said, making her way over to the girl. You alright? That was one heck of a spill you took. I'm fine, Lynn. No thanks to you, Stella muttered. Well, better luck next time, Lynn said. Unless you want to try again. I'm sure you got the hang of it by now. How about we find something else, Stella suggested. We don't want to spend a lot of time on the same ride. Yeah, let's try Lana's suggestion from earlier. Let's go to the World Gig, Lynn said. Who's up for some spinach? I am not sitting next to Lana, Lola said. She can find somewhere else to ride with. Someone else to ride with. Maybe Lucy. Oh, sorry, George, I didn't see you there. What's up? Got a little too caught up with reading. Hi, George. Welcome to the stream. Kind of surprised that Lincoln didn't catch on to what Lori and Carlota have planned. I don't know. I like to believe that they're being discreet enough. Okay, you know what? At the point where Lori said, isn't she? She's quite the girl, isn't she? Like, maybe, I think we're at that point where Lincoln is kind of catching on, but not to the point where he's completely suspicious. Lori really wants Lincoln to get with Ronnie Ann to the point where she's being a jerk to Stella, like, dang, hey, it's dickish, but at the very least it's in character. Like, I understand the process, more or less. Lori was basically setting up an arranged companionship between Lincoln and Ronnie Ann, which is a bit messed up. I mean, it wouldn't be in canon, it wouldn't be the first time. Like, y'all remember Save the Date? One of the worst episodes on season 1, by the way. The moment Lincoln can't stomach Ronnie Ann, the moment he stands up to her, the moment he disses her, Lori's like, go on a date with her, otherwise Bobby will not get back together with me. So go on a date with her or I'll beat the shit out of you. Like, it's dickish. It doesn't make for a compelling narrative, but Do I believe it that Lori is that shallow? Kinda. Do I expect Bobby to be that shallow? I don't know. It's still up in the air. That's part of the reason I really like this writing, just because it more or less does address those controversies eventually. Like, at the very least, it's not going to pretend that kind of narrative didn't happen, but at the very least, it works with it. Like, it's basically owning up to the mistakes of the canon. And you know what? I dig it. I respect it. That's all I can really say. But alright. I am not sitting next to Lana, Lola said. Maybe she can ride with Lucy? Hard pass, Lucy said. I can sit next to her. Maybe if either of us throw up, we'll make a contest out of it, Lynn said. Stella almost felt like puking herself when she heard that. This girl was insane. Yeah, we know. Honey, we know. We know. Alright, Whirligig it is then. Or is it Whirligig? Okay, Whirligig, not Whirlgig. Lori said, then turned to Stella. At least, for those who can take it. Stella again felt somewhat uncomfortable by Lori's gaze. I think I'll be fine. Sweet, let's go, Lynn said. Yo, Lons, ready to hit the ride? She got no response as the 6-year-old was currently on the wild bull ride. Lana? Come on, is this the highest it goes? Lana asked, faring quite well. Wow, that girl's really adventurous, Sid commented. Well, we'll just wait for her to finish. It shouldn't take that long. Okay, at that point, you could have just cut to the next scene. Right after Lana is riding the bull and saying that, you could just cut to the next scene. You did not need these kinds of comments. 5 minutes later, Lana was somehow still going strong in the machine. Well, she already beat my record, Ronnie Ann said. Lori tapped her foot impatiently, wanting to get a move on. This was stalling her plans. Lana, haven't you had enough? There are other rides we want to go on. Lana hopped off the machine, adjusting her hat afterwards. Yeah, I don't want to spend all day here. Besides, it's kind of wearing off. Let's go spin till we puke. Or we cannot. Okay, either I'm tripping or the neighbor dog is barking at something. Okay, I'm probably just tripping. You know what? It's not really my business. Hey, if the ride bothers you, no one says you have to go on. Lincoln can just go with Ronnie Ann, Lori said. Or Clyde, since he's here too, you know, dude, Luna said. Right, Clyde, Lori said. Then she turned her attention to Sid. Unless another girl wants to sit with Clyde too, so Ronnie Ann can spend time with her friend she hasn't seen in a while? Sid looked around, seeing who Lori was referring to, until she realized she was talking about her. Oh, me? Oh, sure, I guess. Great. Lincoln's best friend and Ronnie Ann's best friend. Quite the match, huh? Lori said. She trying to play matchmaker for Clyde or something? Lynn asked. What's this about matchmaking? She heard Margot say. She turned to see her best friend along with her roly-derby teammate, Polly What? Why Polly Payne? Okay. Sometimes I gotta remember, this was written before, right? Early season 4. So, Lynn didn't really have an established roller derby team, now that I think about it. No, wait, yeah, she did. Season 2. That's been established in season 2. Okay. Yeah, this is really weird. Like, it's so crazy how, even to this day, they never bothered using the girls from Dance Dance Resolution ever again, except for Haiku and the Morticians Club, but we know how that played out. Bobby was out of character and saved the day. Lori was in character, surprisingly, though. It is a bad character trait. Yeah, it's a bad trait, but it's in character. Like, okay, Lori's the authority figure. Like, yeah, Bobby breaking up with Lori just because his sister has beef with her brother? Like, yeah, that's really dickish. Sometimes you can't even remotely sympathize with any character in the show, even if it's in character. Yeah, but in this, I'm not sympathizing. I'm just understanding where Lori's coming from, more or less. Bobby, on the other hand, it still makes no freaking sense. And it bothers me that they've never addressed it. Or at least in a good way, to say the least. Hey, why is the dog still barking? Good God. Is the mic picking it up? It might be very subtle, but I've looked back at the boss sometimes, and it does hear the dog barking. Because she just can't keep her mouth shut. But anyways. Hey, Lynn. Good, you're both here. Okay, you can easily switch in Polly Payne for Maddie here or whatever, but hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Wait, is the mic on? Okay, it's still on. Sorry, guys. It's just... Got a little bit of an update on my guests and whatnot. They're gonna be here at 4, so we gotta wrap this up soon enough, more or less. At least just the first chapter. Odds are... If what they told me is true and they show up at 4 o'clock, we're probably not gonna get to play Legend ZA, but we'll see. I get that the Loud House is remiss... Ugh. You know what? Before I start talking, let's go back to the... change the layout. I get that the Loud House is reminiscent of stuff like newspaper comics and 90s cartoons, but they really didn't need the girl hits you because she likes you. Yeah, it didn't work for Arnold and Helga. It shouldn't have worked for Arnold and Helga. It shouldn't work here either, but they're still pushing it, even to this day. Did a random trainer catch me or what? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Like more... Do I have a trainer? I don't. The dog was an Entei, a burrow fire blasted on me. What? I'm a water type. What would a fire blast do to me? Nah, I'm good, guys. Don't worry about it. But alright. How long was I gone, by the way? I want to say, like, what, 10 minutes or so? You know what? Let me check the VOD. Okay, I was gone for, like, 5 minutes tops, guys. Like, come on. It's not that big of a deal. Is it? Or maybe you guys were just that impatient? I don't know. I'm not sure what to make of this, guys. But it's over now. Alright, where did we leave off? Alright, Polly being here for no reason. You could easily switch her for Maddie and nothing would change. Good. You're both here. I could really use your help. Why? What's up? Margot asked. Yeah, something about Lincoln and dating. Oh, does he need another date somewhere? Because I'm all for it if he needs one. No, it's not that. And wait, what happened to you and Rusty? You mean, well, I mean, we had fun at the dance and all, but I kinda lost interest after a while. Not to mention, he seems to like checking out other girls, so I don't really think he's ready for any kind of commitment. Yeah, that sounds like Rusty. That sounds like Rusty. Your brother, though? He looks like he's the right guy for a girl. Okay, we'll talk about this crush on him later, but the point is, there actually is a girl I'm trying to set him up with. Or rather, me and my sisters. Doesn't he already have a girlfriend? You know, that Stella girl? Well, they want to be, but they're kind of being set back. My big sister called in her boyfriend from Great Lakes, and he's trying to set up Lincoln with his little sister. Why would she do that if he's already with Stella? Or wants to be with her? Because she's controlling, that's why. That, and probably just to make her boyfriend happy without thinking about anyone else. Well, it's not the first time she put him over us. I mean, Bobby's cool, and he's a nice guy, but there comes a time where you need priorities. And trying to force my brother into a relationship with her? So not cool. So, we're gonna do everything in our power to make sure Lincoln goes with Stella. Isn't that the same thing your sister is doing? No! The thing is, Lincoln actually likes Stella, but Lori won't let him. We're helping him make the right choice here. Besides, we all like Stella, so that makes her the better girl. If you say so, Polly said. Just promise you know what you're doing. I hate to see Lincoln get hurt. Have faith, Polly. I mean, there's one thing Lynn loves more than winning, it's her little brother. Aww, you know what? That's a really nice way of putting it. Okay. Margot, come on, don't say sappy stuff about me. Right. Sorry, little Miss Tough Girl. So what's the plan? Lynn, you coming or not? Lori said. Yeah, I need a partner, Lana said. Well, technically I don't, but still. I'll be right there. You two, come on. As everyone took their seat, Luna couldn't help but notice something. Wait, can't 3 people fit on these seats? Yeah, so Stella can sit with Lincoln, Luann pointed out. That sounds great. Want to join us, Stella? As Stella thought about it, she couldn't help but notice Ronnie Ann's glare, feeling just a bit intimidated. Somehow she couldn't help but wonder if Ronnie Ann would intentionally make the right spin fast or something, and cause her to vomit. She couldn't risk looking like a fool in front of Lincoln, so she stepped back. That's fine. I'll give Lincoln and Ronnie Ann some time to themselves. Really? I don't mind, Lincoln said. Ronnie Ann wouldn't either. Yeah, come join us, Ronnie Ann said, almost menacingly. It's not like it has to be one or the other or anything. We can coexist. Stella was even more sure she didn't want to be near Ronnie Ann right now. No, I insist because I kind of want to be with Luann. Plus, I don't want to put a damper on your fun. I wasn't planning on getting on this ride, but if you really need me, then sure, Luann said, Luann sat down with Stella, with everyone else taking their seats. Lynn with Lana, Lori with Bobby, Lincoln with Ronnie Ann, Clyde with Sid, and Margot with Polly. I got the guy to make this go fast. You think anyone would mind? Wow, you really like rides fast, don't you? What, are you friends with the operator? Lori said. No, I just really like it when the ride goes fast. Well, I'm sure no one else will mind. After all, it's just a ride, Lori said. The ride began, starting out a bit slow before slowly cranking up. While many of the riders felt fine about it, Lynn and Lana were really enjoying it, just like Lincoln and Ronnie Ann. Stella, though, felt a bit queasy. You okay, Stella? Looking a little green. Feeling envious of someone? Clever, Stella said, trying to smile, but this ride is going kind of fast. Ugh, it's never been this fast before. Hey, can you slow it down? We're gonna get sick. Her plea fell on deaf ears. They were all moving way too fast for anyone to properly hear her. Of all the happy screaming kids on the ride, Stella was the sole girl who really wasn't enjoying it much. And of course, Luann wasn't having much fun seeing her friend miserable. Luann simply rubbed Stella's back, hoping to soothe her for the duration of the ride. Fortunately, it didn't last much longer. The ride stopped and everyone got off, though not before the sounds of puking was heard. Heh, got more than you, sis, Lana boasted. Nice. You've come a long way, my young apprentice, but I'll get you next time, Lynn said. This was too gross for the others to hear, especially Stella, who was trying to keep her lunch down. Hey, is that a meatball? Did you eat my sub? That's something else, I swear, Lana said, though I kind of want it back. Oh gosh, Stella said, trying to keep it in her body. Lana, don't. I'll just get you something more to eat. What is wrong with that girl? Sid said. You get used to it, Clyde said. Yeah, I doubt it. Maybe this is why Ronnie Ann barely talks about Lincoln's sisters. Hey, his sisters are cool, Clyde insisted. I'm sure they're a bit odd, but that's part of their charm. You can even ask Stella. She and Lincoln's sisters have really gotten to become friends this past week, Clyde said. Sid asked, Hey, are those two dating? Is there anything at all between them? Well, he did have a crush on her once. We all did, but now she's just a friend, and a great one too, Clyde said. Huh. Interesting, Sid said. Hey, Clyde, does Lincoln talk about Ronnie Ann? Like, at all? Yeah, he really missed her when she left, but thankfully, he seemed to move past it. And I guess meeting Stella really helped. It's almost like she filled a void in his life. Stella, of course, is a different person. I mean, she didn't hide her good nature through pranks. Ronnie Ann's a nice girl, but I guess Stella's just a bit more approachable. At least speaking from experience. That statement caused some surprise for Sid. Dang. Well, I should go help Lincoln check on Lana. He could use some help. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I kind of have to go to the bathroom now. I'm sorry for taking another break so soon, but now I kind of have to use the bathroom. I think the only bully to lover trope that would have worked is Pacifica. With Dipper? It's a nice contrast, but nah, Pacifica and Mabel, nah, that's not gonna work. Like, I don't know. There's just way too much baggage between them. Rare footage of Lynn being nice, but sadly this ain't canon. Exactly, Swamp. Exactly. I still don't know how all of Lincoln's friends had a crush on Stella in unison. Yeah, that still makes no fucking sense. That's the kind of canon that if they worked with it and expanded on it instead of just quitting on the idea of Lincoln and Stella, maybe I could understand. And again, that's something that this writing actually tackles. But in terms of canon, yeah, they really botched it. I wish Lana had a bit more than just gross girl. I know she's also a mechanic and is good with animals. Yeah, they really just put a little too much emphasis on the gross factor. But alright guys, I really gotta go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back. Okie dokie, guys. Hopefully I didn't take too long there. I didn't fully watch Gravity Falls. Did Dipper end up with Pacifica? Yeah. No. No, she didn't. And that really bothers me. It would have been so easy to just, like, y'all remember the finale? Okay, spoilers for Gravity Falls. Like, if y'all remember the finale, they're about, why wasn't Pacifica at the bus station saying goodbye to them? Saying how they helped her grow as a person or something like that? Why didn't she just, like, I don't know. Okay, maybe I'm letting my imagination be a little too loose here, but honestly, it'd be completely in character for just her to just shove him into a kiss right before he leaves, and that's that. Like, seriously. Like, there was just so much untapped potential between Dipper and Pacifica, but that's just me. Dipper ended up dating his iconic pine tree hat. That's the thing, Mirko. By the end of the show, he doesn't even have that hat anymore. He trades it with Wendy. He trades it with Wendy's just as a friendly gesture. Like, damn. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing to Dipper and Pacifica. It didn't need to happen, but at the same time, they did tease us with it, so I don't know. Anyways. I wish Lana had a bit more to her than just Gross Girl. I know she's also a mechanic. Oh, wait, I already read that comment. Duh. My bad. Anyways. Well, I should go help Lincoln check on Lana. Maybe he could use the help, Clyde said. Sid wasn't sure what to make of what she just heard. It sounds like Lincoln. Wait, did I turn my mic on? I did. Okay. It sounds like Lincoln may have indeed had feelings for Ronnie Ann, though those feelings might be gone. Not sure if Ronnie Ann's gonna like that. I wonder if I should tell her, Sid said. I already heard. Ronnie Ann said, having just walked past Sid. Ronnie Ann? Why aren't you with Lincoln? He went to check on Lana, and I came to check on you. Then I heard everything McBride said. So Lincoln was trying to replace me with Stella, huh? More than that. Apparently she's better because she's a nice goody two-shoes who loves hanging out with Lincoln's family. To be fair, I think even she was grossed out by Lana, Sid said. Well, I don't need to be in anyone's good graces. Not Lincoln, not his sisters, or his friends, Ronnie Ann said. Come on, aren't you overreacting? Lincoln still really cares about you. I mean, hasn't he still been friendly to you? Well, now it's starting to feel hollow, Ronnie Ann said. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'm not someone who could I'm not some item that could be replaced. Honestly, what does Stella have that I don't? Look, don't worry about Stella. Just work things out with Lincoln. He's a cool guy. Don't give up on him. Ronnie Ann, we're going to the next ride. It's a roller coaster, and you can even sit next to Lincoln again. Honestly, I don't care about sitting with him. I'll sit with Sid. What? Why? What happened? Lori asked. Lincoln didn't do or say anything stupid on the Whirly gig, did he? Because I can easily straighten him out. Look, don't worry about it. I just don't want to be with Lincoln right now. That's it. Come on, Sid. As Ronnie Ann started to leave, Lori pulled Sid aside. What's going on? She kind of overheard something Clyde said, that Lincoln used to miss Ronnie Ann until he met Stella, and she kind of filled an empty void. Dang it. This isn't good. We gotta move the plan along. We gotta get into the Tunnel of Love now. It's too early. We do this too soon, it's not gonna work, Carlota said. Dang it, Carlota! There's too much at stake! Just slow down, girl. Remember, there's other ways to go about this. Ronnie Ann's probably just a little steamed right now, but she'll cool off. We just gotta keep Lincoln and Stella apart in the meantime. And that means we gotta amp up our game. Make her feel insecure so that she'll want to go home. Right. It's that simple. Okay. Well, guys, I know this kind of sounds mean. I mean, I want Lincoln and Ronnie Ann to get together, but not like this. It's not like Stella's intentionally getting in the way of them. I mean, I guess she just really likes spending time with Lincoln, and I don't blame her. Of course. Okay, I'm just gonna skip these lines. I'm reading them before I say them out loud, and I feel like we don't really need them. Point is that maybe we're going too far with this. I don't want to be mean to her, Sid said. Hey, either you help us or you stay out of the way, Carlota said. Carlota, you're better than this. I know you care about Ronnie Ann, but bullying? Think about it. If this were Adelaide, wouldn't you do anything to help her? Well, honestly, not to this. I like my sister to not think this is how you get things in life. And she's already bratty as this. Bratty? She's a perfect little angel, Carlota said. Okay, some of this writing, I feel like it could really trim a lot of dead weight, but anyways. Steven Universe and Gravity Falls had similar endings, where there is a part missing as the main character leaves. How did Steven end again? I don't even know where he went, to be honest. I thought Steven said his goodbyes to everyone unless he missed someone important. To be honest, I do remember watching some of the finale, but I more or less forgot how it all went down. And to be honest, Steven Universe, from what I remember, the finale was really corny and underwhelming. Like, most of it was just... Steven Universe as a whole, it has a couple hidden gems, no pun intended. But for the most part, I'm not a fan of the show. And honestly, my respect for Rebecca Sugar has definitely been plummeting over the years. But we're not here for that right now. Look, just buzz off if you're not going to help. I don't want you getting in our way, Lori said. Sid glared hard at Lori. You know what? Fine. You're on your own then. As Sid stomped off, Carlota shook her head in shame. I knew we shouldn't have gotten her involved. Hey, Carlota? Lori said. We're doing the right thing, aren't we? Of course. Look, don't worry about what Sid said. Just think about how happy it'll be for Lincoln and Ronnie Ann to be together. And how happy it'll make Bobby, too. And you already know he loves Lincoln like a brother. This will seal the deal. I know, but... Lori tried to find the words. Though fortunately, Carlota was somewhat empathetic to her. Look, like it or not, Stella's not a bad kid. She'll find someone else, and Lincoln will be happier with Ronnie Ann. Maybe someday. Do you really? I mean, 5 years in 5 years from now, you really think anyone will care? They're kids. Stella could just brush it off as a childhood crush. Who knows? Maybe she can get a Clyde, and that'll get Clyde off your back. It's a win-win. Yeah, you're right. All right, let's do this. The group had arrived at the roller coaster. Everyone was checking to see if they met the height requirements. Of course, many of the older kids were able to, as well as Lana, who cheated by wearing makeshift stilts that the employees somehow didn't notice. Okay, seriously, don't do that, guys. Do not pretend to be taller than what you already are for a roller coaster. There's a reason there are height requirements. Like, if you're too short and you sneak in, you might just slip out of your seatbelt and die. That's all I can tell you. Like, don't do that. Don't do that, guys. Not even as a joke. Hey, I see. Didn't catch you last night on stream. Left you a comment. Yeah, I saw Jorge. Don't worry about it. Like, honestly, that's just... It was a compromise, more or less. Why the viewership for Legend ZA was so low was because, well, I started at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's really my best conjecture. But anyways, Stella had just checked herself, relieved that she met the requirements, when Lori decided to interject with a comment. Not surprised you passed, Stella. I mean, you are pretty tall for your age. You're about as tall as Luna, and she's 15. Yeah, I guess, Stella said. You sure you're 11? You do seem a little older than that. I mean, you're taller than Lynn, and she's 13, Carlota said. Good genes, I guess? Well, I'm sure you'll grow up just fine. At this rate, you'll be taller than both my parents. I just hope you can fit through doors without ducking. That sounds like a literal pain. You know what, let me rephrase that. That literally sounds like a pain. Come on, I'm not that tall. I'm a normal height for my age, Stella said. Sure, being a foot taller than everyone else is normal. Hey, maybe one day you can be a weather girl. You'll be able to see what the weather will be like without even using a satellite. Stella started to feel a bit insecure, subconsciously hunching down, trying to make herself seem shorter. That's not what I want in life, though. Well, it might be your best option at this rate, Carlota said, smirking down a bit. It's fine. After all, the world needs tall girls. It makes the normal girls feel better about themselves. Stella continued to hunch over, starting to feel really strange. She never thought about her height. She thought she was perfectly fine. She's seen other kids as tall as her, mostly boys though, but tall girls should be normal. Thankfully, she didn't have to endure this much longer. Hey, what's happening here? Luann said. Yeah, what gives, dude? Luna said. Luann walked over to Stella along with Luna, glaring at the older teenagers. What's this about height? Are you two making tall jokes? Because that's just low. I see what you did there. Icy became Lori. I adopted the persona, Erica, for just a few seconds. That's it. Nothing too complicated. That is how you died. There are so many cases of actual deaths from slipping on the ride. Yeah, guys, if you're too short to ride, you're too short to ride. Please, do yourself a favor and deal with it. please. Luann walked over to Stella along with Luna, glaring at the older teens. Oh wait, I already read that. Doy. Lori waited for Luann to chuckle and ask if anyone got her pun, but it sounds like she was being serious. Oh, pun not intended. I threw in the chuckle in there even though it wasn't there in the writing. Okay, I'm dumb. My bad. Either that wasn't an intentional pun, or Luann just naturally makes puns despite her emotions. You know what? I can believe that. We're just pointing out that she's quite tall. I didn't think it was a big deal, Lori said. I mean, tall girls are pretty rare. I literally thought it'd make her feel special. Well, it's not. You're starting to bother her, Luna said. Come on, Stella. Just ignore them and come on the ride. Maybe I should sit this one out, Stella said. I'm not feeling up to it. You sure? I could use a bud to ride with, Luna said. I'm sure. Besides, I'm still a little queasy from earlier. I'll catch up to you guys later, Stella said quickly, making her way off the ride. Stella, Luna said out of worry, then glared at Lori and Carlota. You were both terrible! Not my fault she's sensitive about her height. Sure, keep making excuses. That'll work for fine, you bully, Luann said, walking off the ride with Luna. Wow, that was harsh. Well, good job, girl, Carlota said. Keep this up, and soon it'll be Lincoln and Ronnie Ann alone. Yeah, it won't be long now, Lori said. Deep down, she did feel a smidge of guilt, but she had to do this for her brother's sake, and especially for the sake of her own relationship. This didn't go unnoticed by Lynn, who seemed quite furious about what Lori did. Polly also seemed somewhat annoyed, somewhat relating to Stella about the tall girl jab. Two can play that game. Let's go, girls. Down below, Stella is sitting on a bench, having been joined by Luna and Luann. The two tried to comfort the girl. Don't worry about Lori, dude. She's just being insensitive. We put up with it all the time. She does have a bad habit of not realizing how hurtful she is, Luann said. It's nothing, guys. Really. Stella said, her saddened look telling a different story. I know there's nothing wrong with me. I mean, it's not bad that I'm a little bit taller than most kids my age. Right? Of course not, Luna said. It just means there's more of you to love, dude. Aw, okay, okay, if I ever get with a tall girl, I'm gonna use that. I know it's a little unoriginal, but you know what? That's a really sweet way of putting it. Yeah, canonically, Stella, she is noticeably taller than the rest of her friends. But you know what? I've never really... Has there ever been a reason to bring that up? Like, she's really not that noticeably tall. You can notice... Okay, she is noticeably tall, but that's besides the point. You know what I mean. I don't know what I'm saying. Can we just keep reading? Lori is sabotaging more than an Among Us crewmate. Damn. That's one way of putting it, Nitro. Yeah, it is really slimy. Like, we understand she's compromised, but damn, it is dickish. Anyways. Yeah, we still like you, Stella. You're our friend, Luann said, joining Luna in sandwiching the young girl in a hug. Aww. Thanks, girls. I just hope Lincoln doesn't care about that. If he did, he wouldn't have been so eager to impress you when you first got here. Besides, Lincoln never judges, Luna said. He's never said anything bad about my braces, and he's had plenty of chances. Well, you make them work, Stella said, making Luann blush. You're really pretty too, Stella, but looks aren't everything, even if it seems that way at times. Okay, you could cut these lines, guys. These lines feel a little too preachy. You could cut some of these. I'm just saying. Personally, if Lincoln found out about what Lori and Carlota are doing, he's going to give them a damn good earful. Looks pretty good paired with Lincoln. What do you mean, Swamp? With Stella? Yeah, I guess. Like, I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, I would not think any less of a girl just because she's really tall. But alright. Okay, where did I leave off? Wait, by the way, who was it last weekend that asked me to put this music in the playlist? Well, here you are now. I think it was Nitro? No, it was nah. Okay, you know what? If y'all want to speak up, be my guest, because I don't know. I do not remember for the life of me. But anyways. You're pretty too, Stella, but looks aren't everything. Even if it seems that way, Luann said. I bet Lincoln would call you pretty even if you had a face full of acne. Which, let's hope never happens because, well, I speak from experience, Luna said. Wait, don't you mean Luann? I guess at some point Luna... Okay, every teenager has been through acne. I guess Luna's been through it too. Alright. Stella nodded her head. Alright, I'll try again. That's the spirit, love, Luna said. Let's go get your man. The roller coaster ride had finished. Everyone stepped off, feeling a bit queasy. Man, that was awesome, Sid said. Is your head still spinning alright? Totally. I love roller coasters. Wow, really? Lynn interjected. Seems like you were screaming for mercy instead of fun. That got a laugh from Margot and Polly, much to their annoyance. With all that screaming, I thought Lola was on the ride, but even she has more guts than that. Yeah, you know all about guts. You puke everything out. Psych. Ronnie Ann spat back, getting a high five from Sid. Oh, we've got jokes now. Another Luann. Except she's not as goofy looking, and she's got a scrunchie, Lynn said. Whoa! Okay, I'll stop. It's not that crazy, bro. And you constantly wear a shirt that says 1. Number 1 Nimrod, Ronnie Ann said. Wow, that's all you got? No wonder Lincoln sent you home crying. If you're that bad at wisecracks, you probably suck more at taking a few jokes. Okay, you're starting to tick me off, Ronnie Ann said. Ooh, careful, Ronaldo. I don't want you crying to your brother again. Just try not to get my brother roped into it this time. How about I give you a black eye like I gave him? Sure didn't do much at the time, did you? Lynn shouted. Come on, wait. Isn't that supposed to be Ronnie Ann? Okay, that's a typo. Come on, guys, let's not fight here, Sid said. Hey, leave this conversation to the big kids, little girl. Don't talk to my friend that way, Ronnie Ann warned. Aww, protecting your real friend, Ronaldo? Lynn taunted. I swear, I'm gonna... Hey, what's going on? Lincoln asked. Your sister's being a jerk. More like nothing I can't handle, though. More like nothing Bobby can't handle. What? Ugh. Okay, you know what? Let me repeat that. More like nothing Bobby can't handle once you run off with your tail between your legs, Lynn said. Actually, I think I can handle Bobby too. That makes it worse. You do anything to my brother, I'll leave you with a swollen lip, Ronnie Ann warned. Before things got bad, okay, another typo, Lincoln stepped in, keeping them separated. Come on, guys, I don't want you two fighting each other. Someone's gonna get hurt. He means you, by the way. He just wants to spare your feelings, Lynn said. I'll tenderize your bones, Ronnie Ann shouted. Guys, please, just take a few steps back and calm yourselves. Alright, little bro. Come on, girls. See you at the next ride, Lincoln, Polly said as she left. Remember, you have plenty of options. Never settle, Margot said. What does that even mean? Lincoln asked. Just ignore them, Sid said. Hey, thanks for showing up when you did. Things were gonna get ugly. What happened? Sid and I were just minding our own business when Lynn started teasing us. What's her deal anyway? Just ignore her next time. She has a tendency to say things to people to see if they get riled up. Mostly me, Lincoln said. Biblically accurate Lynn is back at it again. Yeah, she would be that dumb. Lynn versus Ronnie Ann, I would pay to see that, kinda. Was it Erica? Okay, it was Erica. I thought it was Nitro for whatever reason. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with all 12 of you as of right now. Wow. You know what? Honestly, guys, anything more than 10 viewers, I can definitely appreciate. Thank you guys so much. But alright. Everyone made their way to the toilet bowl ride, though things were a little more tense. Ronnie Ann and Lynn kept glaring at each other, while Stella kept a distance from Lori. The ride allowed for more groups, but that didn't stop a few attempted antics. With Lori trying to get Lincoln a ride with Ronnie Ann, but Lynn, being crafty, snuck Stella into the group, with Sid and Clyde also getting roped in by Carlota, if to at least bring down the mood. If Lincoln doesn't ride alone with Ronnie Ann, then no one does. Gotta say, that ride is so filthy looking, Stella commented. Well, it's a bull. Sorry it's not a castle, princess, Lori commented. Lori, be nice, Lincoln warned. Yeah, at least Stella handled it well. Can't say the same for Ronnie Ann, though, Lynn said. Only because I saw your face, Ronnie Ann said. Keep talking. Keep talking tough. I know it's just an act, Lynn said. Hey, Lynn, don't bother Ronnie Ann, Lori warned. You're one to talk, or does Stella not count? Lynn asked. Can we please just move along? Lincoln asked. Ooh, why don't we go on the milkshaker? Lana said. Perfect for getting your puke cleanly in your face. How can puke and clean be in the same sentence? Stella asked. Lana, can you even spare more puke? Lola asked. You already did it twice today. I don't think there's much left in there. She's right. You'll end up dry puking. That's a horrible feeling, Lynn said. Alright, let's go to the food court. Maybe they'll have more to puke out. That doesn't seem sanitary, Stella pointed out. I'll say. Seems like a waste of money, too. Well, most of us are hungry by the looks of it, Lori said. Alright, let's hit the food court. Anyone not related to me? I hope you brought a wallet. I did, Bobby said. Then turned to Ronnie Ann. I can cover for you instead, Ronnie Ann. You don't have to. I brought a credit card, Ronnie Ann said. I didn't, Sid said. I'll cover for you too. Hey, Mom said that card's for emergencies, Bobby said. Besides, if I let you pick, you're gonna get nothing but junk. What, trying to worsen her teeth or something? Lynn joked, much to Ronnie Ann's annoyance. I got something to worsen yours, Ronnie Ann said, clenching her fist. Bobby turned to Lori. Why is Lynn being so mean to my sister all of a sudden? Oh, she's, not being mean. She's just messing around. Right, Lynn? Uh-huh, Lynn said, not caring as they all arrived at the food court. Each of them picked out their food. Mostly pizza, hamburgers, and fries. You know what? That is pretty standard for an amusement park. Okay, I will say this. The last time I went to Disneyland, or really any big-name amusement park, Universal, Disneyland, or whatever, I was 15. Yeah, it was well over a decade ago, so I really don't know what the standard is with amusement park food as of nowadays. Like, what do they even feed? Like, as far as full-blown meals are concerned, like, what do they even give? What do they even offer nowadays? Other than just pizza, hamburgers, and fries. Like, it's always just junk food, man. Am I the only one who's always been bothered by that? You know what? I'll save my grievances for another time. Anyways. Each of them picked their food. Wait, I just read that. Even a few corn dogs were available. Oh, wow, Stella. It's a lot of food you got there, Lori commented. I know you're tall, but you gotta mind what you eat. You don't want it going to the wrong places. Stella suddenly felt self-conscious again. Technically, all she got was a burger and some fries, but she didn't think it was much. Hey, Stella's a growing girl. She's fine, Lynn said. Unlike Miss needs to slim down a bit, she might be growing in all the wrong places. I'm gonna knock her teeth out, I swear, Ronnie Ann said. Lynn, lay off. You need to lay off Stella, Lynn shouted. I'm just trying to be nice. Don't want Stella getting any more weight than she needs to, Lori said, causing Stella to stand up and leave in a huff. Stella, wait, Luann said. Come on, just ignore it. I mean, what weight is she talking about? Carlota, who happened to sneak over, had grabbed a mobile air duct and aimed it at Stella, the breeze slowly pushing up her skirt. Hey, yo, what? Hey, yo. Okay, I sincerely hope the context makes this less bad than what it is, but okay. I'll see. I'll keep reading. I can't promise I'll keep reading, but I'll try. Luann shouted, quickly keeping Stella's skirt down, though not before many had gotten a good look behind the girl. Ooh, not a good place to gain weight, Lori said. Okay, no, don't, please, can we, okay. Okay, I'll rip it fast like a Band-Aid. I'll rip it fast. Let me rip this Band-Aid, good God. Why? Did we really need this? Lori, Luna angrily said. Babe, that was kind of harsh. Gotta work on your delivery. Oh, sorry, Boo Boo Bear. I'll try to not let that happen again. Yeah, okay, it's not just me, right, Pixel? Like, what was that all about? Like, I get it. Sometimes the show isn't afraid of teetering on that boundary. Like, how many times have we seen Lincoln or even Lana in her underwear? Like, okay, sure, but somehow this feels a lot more inappropriate than than that ever was. Yeah, okay. I'll keep reading, but ugh. That left a really bitter taste in my mouth. This became an anime all of a sudden, I guess. Lincoln felt slightly embarrassed. That was a bit more of Stella than he expected. He would go check on her, but it might be too awkward for her now. Of course, he glared angrily at Lori. She was really getting on his nerves. Sid got Ronnie Ann's attention. Did you see her butt? What? Yeah, like I said, guys. The sequels to this, for whatever reason, they horribly mischaracterized Sid as this giant pervert, and I hate it. It makes no fucking sense. It came out of left field, and again, you did not need any sort of smut for this story to be compelling. Or any of its continuations, but anyways. Pretty sure everyone did, Ronnie Ann said. Dang, lucky her, right? Sid said, much to Ronnie Ann's confusion. Well, yeah, I guess. Not that it matters. Does it? Hey, I can honestly say your Nope, I'm not reading that. Nope. I'm not reading that with a straight face. Or at all. Promise me you'll never say that again. Ever, Ronnie Ann said, getting a sheepish smile from Sid. Back with Stella, the girl looked even more distraught. Maybe I should just go home. I'm gonna call my mom and have her pick me up. Come on, dude, don't leave yet, Luna pleaded. Lori's just not thinking before she talks. She does that. But why is she being so mean to me? Stella asked, trying to hold back some tears. Does she hate me? Did I do something wrong to her? I just want to make it right. I can't handle the idea of her hating me for something I don't even know I did. You didn't do anything wrong, Stella. She's just being a prick for no real reason. This is foreshadowing how the sequels will be like. Yeah. Why? Did we really need all that? There could have been so many better ways for Lori and Carlotta to humiliate Stella here. Like, straight up. Look, you came to have fun. Don't let her get to you. You're not too tall. You're not too fat. I'm not reading that. Again, I'm not reading that. I am not reading these kinds of details about an 11-year-old girl. Thank you very much. And you don't eat that much. It's a normal meal for a girl your age. Hey, I ate twice as much as that at your age, and I turned out fine, dude, Luna said. Yeah, well, I just don't feel as pretty as the two of you. I just don't have your confidence, Stella said. Face it, I'm not good enough for Lincoln. Ronnie Ann's so bold, not afraid to speak her mind, and she's way prettier than me. I'm just an outcast. My only real hobby is dismantling electronics, and I have these silly dreams of working in tech. Hey, that's not silly, that's awesome, Luann said. Maybe you and Lana could go into business. Or you and Lisa. They're both great with electronics and other stuff. Hey, if you figure it out, maybe you can help me too, dude, Luna said. Maybe you can set up special effects. Luann gently stroked Stella's face. Stella, listen to me. You're a beautiful young girl. You're caring, you're kind, and you're so much better than you think you are. Please, believe in yourself because we believe in you too. We both do, Luna said, patting her back. Don't stop trying. You're perfect for Lincoln, and you shouldn't give up on him. But today, you'll have to try to confess how you feel, though. Don't worry about Lori. Don't worry about Ronnie Ann or anyone else. Just you and Lincoln, Luann said. Just look him in the eyes and tell you how you feel. I bet he'll feel the same way. Who knows? He might even try to kiss you. He's done it before to other girls, Luna said. Well, that makes one of us. I don't think I can kiss well at all. It's not that hard. I pretty much winged it with Benny. And I winged it with Did you, though? Guys, in canon, Luna and Sam have canonically never kissed. On the lips. Never. Not once in the span of 7 seasons. As a matter of fact, okay, spoilers for season 9 for the episode Merry Dismiss. The first gay kiss we ever got in this franchise was for an NPC. I'm not joking. Look it up. I'm not joking. Go to Mr. Chloe's Twitter, scroll down, watch the episode, and you'll see what I mean. Like, it's crazy, bro. How the... You know what? Ultimately, I don't care, but that's still really funny to me. Anyways. Still, what if I kiss Lousy? Stella said. It might make him regret picking me. Look, it's easy. You can even initiate it. Just do it like this, Luann said. Then surprisingly, okay, again. Setting up sequels. Luann is cheating on Benny. I hate this. I hate this. Can we just skip it and move on? Please? Anyways. Luna turned her attention to Luann. What was that about? Just show... Nope. I'm skipping that. Cheating on Benny, whatever the hell this is. It's one thing when out of all the Loud sisters, Luann grows closest with Luann. But this? No. No, I'm not trying to come off as homophobic. And I've seriously. But this makes no fucking sense. And I really hate it in terms of the overall narrative. That's all I can really say. I'm guessing your mind... Yeah, more or less, Erica. I more or less try to block it out, and here we are again. Average Samix Luna progression. Spoilers, it doesn't go anywhere. Exactly. I mean, seriously, Carlota and Lori are being such jerks. For getting Ronnie Ann and Lincoln together, they're being so petty and pretty unlikable right now. Yeah, Night Fury. But that's kind of the point here. Oh my gosh. Okay. How far can I skip ahead without missing out on anything important? Okay, here we go. Back at the food court, Lori began whispering to Carlota. We have to start the plan now. It's still really early, Carlota said. Lynn's gonna ruin it for us. Just get Ronnie Ann ready, Lori said. Carlota shrugged it off and went to find her cousin as Lori approached Lincoln. This, of course, was overheard by Sid. She knew what they were going to do. After seeing how terrible Lori has treated Stella, she can't help but feel like this is wrong. Ronnie Ann shouldn't get a boyfriend like this, and she had to do the right thing, even if it meant betraying Lori and Carlota. Sid snuck over to the other Loud sisters, aside from Luna, Luann, and Lynn, who were sitting together talking among themselves. Hey guys. Oh, hi. Sid, was it? Lenny asked. Yeah, listen, there's something I need to tell you. It's about Lincoln and Stella and Ronnie Ann. Is Lori starting her plan to take him to the Tunnel of Love? Lana asked. Huh? How'd you know that? We overheard it the other day, Lucy said. We've been waiting for this, but it's really early. I think Lynn's jabs at Ronnie Ann may have caused her to rush it. Besides, also something Clyde said earlier. Wait, should we get Clyde in on this? No way. He can't handle this type of stress, Lola said. Besides, this plan... Okay, you did not need this line to be honest. Besides, he's too busy with Bobby in a brain-freezing competition, Lucy said. Okay, you know what? I can definitely imagine that. That makes sense. That makes sense. Clyde and Bobby just minding their own business in a brain-freezing competition? Yeah, okay, I believe it. Wait, where the hell is Lincoln? Okay, definitely a few inconsistencies in the overall setting, but you know what? Let's roll with it. Wait, why are you helping us? Lenny asked. Well, at first I wanted it to be Ronnie Ann, but the way Lori's been bullying Stella, it made me think that maybe this is a bad idea. She's really hurting that girl's feelings, and I just couldn't sit back and watch. Good. So you're with us then. Rest assured, your traitorous actions toward your former allies will be put to use. You are. Can you not say traitorous? I'd like to think I'm making the right call here, Sid said. You are. Don't worry about Lisa. We just gotta find Stella and get her to the Tunnel of Love first. Well, we better hurry, cause look like Lori's taking Ronnie Ann right now, Lola said. And Carlota's leaving with Lincoln? Odd. Why would they do it that way? Probably to make it less suspicious, Lucy said. Besides, I doubt Lincoln wanted to talk to Lori after how she treated Stella. We gotta move then, Lisa ordered. All the sisters and Sid on the run, except for Lily, who Lenny went back for after they left. Oops, sorry Lily, almost forgot about you, Lenny said. Inkin, Lily repeated, clapping a bit, much to Lenny's humor. Okay, if this were modern day Lily, how would that play out exactly? I guess she'd just basically say the same thing, but something along the lines of Fowinkin, I think would be a little better. That's just me though. Yo, Lynn, Polly said. Your sister and Ronnie Ann's friends are on the move. Huh? Why, sit with them. They better not be turning their back on me. Come on. Lynn's group also made their move. Meanwhile, Lincoln is walking with Carlota. Hey, where are we going, Carlota? You'll see. I have a surprise for you, Lincoln, Carlota said. A surprise? It's nothing bad, right? Lincoln asked. Of course not. I wouldn't do that to you, Carlota said, playfully winking at the boy. Ronnie Ann had a similar situation. Lori, where are you taking me? You'll see. Can you get a little more detail? If I did, it would ruin the surprise, Lori stated. Ronnie Ann felt uneasy. Am I gonna like where this is going? You know I wouldn't do anything to hurt you, Ronnie Ann. Poppy would literally never forgive me. Besides, this is gonna work out for you. Trust me. Elsewhere, Sid and the Loud sisters, sans Lynn, were rushing Stella to the Tunnel of Love. So Lori's on the move, huh? Let's crash her party, Luna declared. Hurry, otherwise Lincoln will get stuck with Ronnie Ann. You ready, Stella? Lana said. I think I am. Come on, show more confidence, woman, Lola demanded. Okay, that sounds like Lola. Okay, that's a good one. 10 out of 10 Lisa voice. Hey, Swamp Suit, I tried. Carlota and Lori are being so... Oh, wait, I already read that. Sorry, Night Fury. Pfft, my bad. Yes, I am. Let's rock on, Luna declared, the others cheering as well. Lori finally arrived with Ronnie Ann at the ride that would be the culmination of all her planning. There it is, Ronnie Ann. Of course, Ronnie Ann looked less than pleased. Tell me you're joking. I am not getting on that sappy ride. Come on, you'll like it. Me and Bobby just love the ride, Lori said. Well, that's you two. Besides, who am I supposed to go with? Come on now. You'll get your prince soon, my lady. What's with the royalty talk, Lori? It's not really my thing. Oh, it will be. Lori said, seeing Lincoln finally arrive with Carlota. Because there he is, the boy of your dreams. Lincoln? Carlota? Why did you bring me to the Tunnel of Love? Lincoln asked. Why is Ronnie Ann here? Because she is your date. You know you want this, Lincoln. You two are made for each other. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Lincoln asked. Before he could get closer, Stella had run in with the various Loud sisters. Lincoln! Wrong girl, dude! Luna shouted. Huh? Lincoln said, though the sisters had been running too fast and ended up colliding with him and Carlota, aside from Luna and Luann who collided with Lori, leaving Stella to collide with Ronnie and... Okay, how the hell does that work? They're just running, they can't bring themselves to slow down, so they just trip and crash into... Okay, that's a little... Okay, I want to apply cartoon logic, but even then, it still doesn't make any sense. Though the sisters had been running too fast and ended up colliding with Carlota, while Luna and Luann collided with Lori, leaving Stella to collide with Ronnie Ann, the two falling into the boat together. All aboard, lovebirds, the teenage employee said, sending the ride on its way. Wait, no! Lori shouted. Ugh, dang it! Looks like Stella got in after all, but with the wrong date, Luna said. Wow, between the early... Okay, nope. I'm just gonna pretend that never happened. I'm not even kidding, guys. It's just such a detriment to the narrative, but anyways. Lori angrily stood up, glaring at the two. You idiots, what did you do? We right or wrong, sis. Lincoln belongs with Stella, not Ronnie Ann. Yeah, your schemes are over. Schemes? Lincoln asked. What schemes? Before anyone could answer, Lynn and her friends got here, with Bobby and Clyde, the latter two out of breath. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense, Pixel. They had to be running like, I'm not even, yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, where their feet basically form a windmill. Know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make any sense, but let's roll with it. I never ran that fast, Clyde said. I have, but it's still not fun, Bobby added. Hey, where's Stella? On the Tunnel of Love with Ronnie Ann, Lola said. Huh? How'd that happen? Aw, so my sister might get a girlfriend? Okay, yeah, that's so sweet. She took more of a liking to Stella than I thought. Ronnie Ann isn't there willingly, Carlota said. Stella got knocked into her by Lori's crazy sisters. Hey, who are you calling crazy? Lola said. You're the ones with this plan to set up Lincoln with Ronnie Ann, Luna said. Then I countered it with my own plan, because only I can keep up with Lori's mischief. Lynn Lau Jr., master planner. Well, your plan's ruined and my plan's ruined too, Lori said. No way, I'm a master planner. Guys, quiet! First off, I'm the master plan of this family. Second, what plans? Lori tried setting you up with Ronnie Ann. That's why she and Bobby came all the way here for the weekend. What? Babe, is that true? Bobby asked. Lori sheepishly shrugged. Kind of, but Elaine made her own plans. That's right. Me and the other sisters were trying to set you up with Stella, Lynn said. You can thank us later, little bro. Thanks for what? I told you. We're just friends. Ugh. Can't any of you let me think for myself when it comes to girls? Well, statistically, males lack the proper intelligence to... But I'm only a little girl. What would I know? Well, now it's all ruined. Ronnie Ann couldn't confess, and now it's going to be even harder for her to be with Lincoln, Lori said. All because of that useless little skank. Wait, can you say that in a G-rated show? Are you allowed to use the word skank in a TVY7 show? I honestly don't know, guys. Can y'all check for that? Can y'all check that for me? You know what? I may as well look it up myself, just out of curiosity. Can you say skank in a G-rated show? The word skank is generally considered inappropriate for a G-rated show due to its derogatory and offensive connotations, often used to insult or demean someone, typically implying promiscuity or being unkempt. G-rated content, yeah, that makes sense. Hold on, guys, someone's knocking. I'll be right back. Don't worry, guys. I'm not in trouble or anything. Wait, did Mike actually pick that up? It did. Yeah. It was my landlord, but I'm not in trouble or anything. Don't worry, guys. He just wanted to give me a heads up about something unrelated. No, too crude for a kid's show. I have only exclusively heard that in South Park and Family Guy. Yeah, okay, yeah. What would we replace this? Like, hypothetically, what if this was a canon episode, what could you replace that word with? I don't know. Is there any sort of euphemism? You know what? I may as well look it up. For a G-rated show, you want euphemisms for skank, like meanie, bully, jerk, ruffian, slob. Okay, I like slob. Creep, grump, a rat. Damn. Nitro, straight to the punch. A rat. Just a rat. Like, honestly, rat is... using rat as an insult, like, it is surprisingly effective, even to this day. It can be as common as it likes, and it still works. But anyways. Well, now it's all ruined. Ronnie Ann couldn't confess, and now it's gonna be even more complicated for her to be with Lincoln. All because of that useless rat. Ugh, I wish she never showed up and ruined everything. What would I give to never see her again? Lori? Carlota said, gesturing to the entrance of the tunnel. Stella, who along with Ronnie Ann had gotten off the boat, both refusing to stay on for the whole ride, had been there and heard the whole thing. So, you do hate me, Stella said, sadly looking down. I knew it. Well, fine. If you don't want to see me again, then you won't. Stella wiped her eyes. You win. I'm never going back to the Loud House again. Stella had then run off, her will broken and crying a waterfall of tears. Her emotions had finally gotten to her, leaving her an emotional wreck. You know what? After all she's put up with in this storyline, yeah, it makes sense. Like getting thrown off by the bull, being intimidated by Ronnie Ann, Lori and Carlota dissing her at every opportunity. Now this. Like, damn. Like, Lori is crashing out, but at the same time, poor Stella. Like, yeah, you get it. I get it. Stella! Lincoln called out. But it was too late. She was long gone. Lincoln was mad now. He angrily turned to Lori. You're the worst, Lori! I hate you! That twisted Lori's heart. Hearing her brother utter those words. Lincoln? Hate's a strong word. Really? Because now it's not strong enough. Lincoln shouted, then stormed off to find his friend. Even Ronnie Ann felt pity for the girl. She was just an unwilling pawn in a game she wanted no part in. She turned her attention to her older cousin. For the record, Carlota, I'm not trusting you. You're not off the hook. Blech. I don't like the way it's worded here, and I kind of wanted to improvise something else, but you know what? I'll just roll with it. For the record, Carlota, I'm not trusting you again. Ronnie Ann stormed off in Lincoln's direction as well. Lori finally felt it. The guilt and remorse of this selfish mission. She should have backed out, but her emotions got the better of her by the end. Now she could only see the angry glares of her sisters and the disappointed glare of her boyfriend. Lori, you give love a bad name. John, are you in chat, my guy? Are you reading this with me? John, if you're in chat, if you know, my dude. Now Lori didn't know what to do. She may have lost the trust of her whole family. Lynn smiled in satisfaction, somewhat taking this as a victory. Don't get all smiley, Lynn, Lucy said. You too have sins to answer for. Like what? Lynn asked. Oh, you'll see soon, Lucy said, backing away. There will be consequences. Lynn wasn't sure what Lucy had meant, but one thing she can be grateful for is that she isn't the center of glares like Lori is. Though she wonders how long that might last. And with that, guys, we are done with chapter 10. Normally, this would be the time where I get to... I'd be more than happy to read another chapter, guys, or play Legend CA, but I'm expecting guests in about 20 minutes. I've been told they're going to show up an hour earlier than expected, so as of now, guys, we're just going to talk about it a bit, and then I'm going to wrap up the stream, unfortunately. And you know what? I may as well, for those of you that are actually reading along with me, I may as well not spoil the next chapter. But yeah, that's one more chapter to go, guys, and even all these years later, after even 2 years after reading this again, yeah, for the most part, I'm really well invested. Everyone's in character. I like the storyline. It feels like it's addressing a lot of controversy that the show has had throughout the years. Like, so far, I'm liking this, and I already know how it ends, but at the same time, I look forward to reading it with you guys. But with that being said, I gotta end stream soon enough, because, like I said, I'm expecting guests soon enough. I usually think of a rat as a snitch. You know what? That's true, APD. Most of the time, yeah, snitch and rat are pretty interchangeable, but rat, it works in a lot of contexts. Like, for example, clean up your room, you rat. Stop being a freeloader, you rat. Get a job, you rat. Like, I don't know. Am I the only one who thinks that makes a lot of sense? But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the stream. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. As always, if your heart so desires, hit that like button and follow me on Twitter for updates. I'll be back tomorrow at around the same time, but for now, I gotta cut things short. Sorry about that, guys, but tomorrow, we finish this, we play a little more Legend CA, and with that, I will see you guys next time. The rating for this fanfic isn't accurate because the contents within the story can be a little sus. Yeah, it passes us off as G-rated more or less, but there's a couple things he snuck in there. But alright, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Once again, I'm Siba signing out. Take care, guys. Bye.